Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Hey, let's read this together. This came across one of my news feeds, and I haven't read it, so I skimmed over, but I wanted to read it and give like a real live, real time opinion on it. And we're just going to cut through this. So this is from MSN.com by way of the Mirror USA, and it says men aren't hardworking like they used to be. Study fine. So first thing I thought when I saw this was men don't want to work hard, and I'm like, you know what? I mean, shoot, that's the way it looks like, man. Because I said like this: when I was younger, I worked at a warehouse for 10, 13 years, right? First 10 years, just working, buying the time, paying bills. But as time went on, the job couldn't stand it, wasn't making enough money. And that's probably like one of the reasons why a lot of men probably are not hard working like they used to be. Wasn't making the money, insurance is going up. They got a family, they need things. So I got to figure out a way to make more money. So that's why I went back to school to get a degree and got that. But, sure, I still work pretty much anywhere from 5 to 7 days a week. I say average, maybe like 6.5 days a week, easy going to work and putting in at least 10 hours, anywhere from 10. Well, yeah. Anywhere from 10 to 16 hours on average a day. On average, maybe like 12 hours a day. So, I mean, I still got that work ethic, and I got that probably from my parents because, my dad, he worked for the city, but that cat used to go to school like for when I was younger. He was in college like a lot, you know what I'm saying, for a long time. I can remember nights he'd be up studying, he'd go to the community college, whatever. And then he went like to a local university, got a degree there. But he would work every day, taking care of his family. My mom too, I think she got a bunch of degrees and, went to school and was working all the time. So I always seen that work ethic, and they built from, like I said, starting out at like Grove Village, or living with they brothers and sisters first, and then like being like in Grove Village, and then to a duplex, and then to a house in East Pleasant Grove, and then got a 2-story, and now, got a nice size flat out down in the country. So I mean, I've seen that, something that and I could build off of what they showed me. But anyway, yeah. So, but I see a lot of these cats don't be wanting to work, man. They don't want simple jobs. They don't want hard jobs. They don't want hard manual labor. I know, like I said, a lot of these jobs ain't really paying. I know there was a time where I was out of work and people was like, man, you can get a job at McDonald's. Dude, McDonald's, you got to see it like this. If I was on a mission to get to where I'm at now, a job like working at fast food would be a hindrance. And I was on a plan. I was just willing and ready to sacrifice it all to get to where I'm getting. Because to me, you got to have a plan. Not just say, I'm not going to work at McDonald's because, that's a burger place. No, you don't work there because if you don't need to, you don't need to. You can go get your temp service job and work in warehousing and get you some set hours. Because first of all, McDonald's ain't set hours. And you got to think about times are different in the last 20 years, 15, 20 years than it was 30, 40 years ago. When now these places hire you and they're not going to give you full-time hours. They'll make you a manager, might pay you $12, $13, $14 an hour now, but you're not getting 40 hours. You're just not, unless, you like upper management. Then they might give you 40 hours, but then it's not even worth it and you're ready to quit because the job is like thankless. And then you wonder why these jobs turn over so fast. And like my dad used to tell me, be leery of jobs that have high turnovers because there's a reason why people are not staying. But anyway, like I said, McDonald's just wasn't in the cards because it wasn't stable. I'm looking for stable work and trying to go to school too. There just had to be, like I say, a sacrifice for the future. Now it's a difference than what I was doing than dudes that just don't want to work. Sitting at home still living with your mama, living off your girl. You just can't, I mean, there's a difference. There's no excuse for that. But anyway, let's continue. It said the Bureau of Labor Statistics has revealed that only 89% of working age men are either employed or actively seeking employment, a significant decrease from the 97% recorded in 1950. So that's like what, 8%? This drop in work rates alarms economists and sociologists who are investigating the reason behind men's sudden retreat from the labor force. Back in the early 90s, like I said, I think it has something to do with just these jobs is not paying. Back in the early 1950s, about 96% of everybody trying to be a rapper or be an entrepreneur and ain't making no money. Back in the early 1950s, about 96% of American men aged between 25 and 54 were engaged in full or part-time work. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, this figure has now plummeted to 86%. Despite the January 2024 jobs reports from the Bureau of Labor Statistics showing a strong labor market with an additional 353,000 jobs and an unchanged unemployment rate of 3.7%, there's a hidden problem. Yeah, because the people who got a job probably got more than one job. Even those who making six figures probably got two jobs because of the way inflation is hitting you. You got to get a little extra money, or they maybe got two jobs trying to pay some stuff off, like student loans. So it ain't like the people who ain't got jobs are getting a job. It's people who got jobs are getting another job. Yeah, maybe 2-3 jobs. Robin Brooks, a senior fellow at the Brookings Institute and ex-chief economist at the Institute of International Finance, expressed concern on X, formerly known as Twitter, stating the U.S. has a major issue of prime age men giving up and permanently exiting the labor force. A recent survey conducted by BPC Artemis on non-working prime age adults, defined in the survey as 20 to 54, offers insight into the factors preventing today's men from entering the workforce. So let's see why men are not getting into the workforce. The survey considers both those who are not looking for work out of the labor force and those who are seeking work. I say I don't like that. Like I say, the studies to me, they always sound like they skew numbers. Because they say 97% of men are either in the workforce, in the labor force, or trying to find a job. That could mean that only 3% of the men are working. And everybody else looking for a job. I mean, come on now. It says health-related issues are the top obstacle for prime age men not in the labor market, according to the survey, underscoring the importance of policies like sick leave, health insurance, and flexible work options to boost job participation. Interesting. Because it say people from 20 to 54 years old. And the main reason they're not getting the job is because of health-related issues. This is a problem because, one, there are think about this. There are a lot of kids who amazingly are obese. What they say, the majority, like 75, 80 something percent of the people who are of age to be able to go into the military won't make it through boot camp because they are out of shape or got some kind of mental issue or drug addict. 80 something percent. That is like ridiculous. So what you're talking about are people between the ages of 18 and 30 something, almost 40. You can't get into the military. Are you serious? Are we that out of shape? I know I'm out of shape. Good Lord. I know. I mean, I'm active though, and I can, I don't know. I'm sure that I could get into the military if need to be. I could probably get in shape fairly quick. When I say fairly quick, give me a few months. I could probably do it, which is pretty much what I'm trying to work on now. But anyway, the point is, that's a problem when a lot of your able-bodied working men aren't even physically capable of getting a job because of work issue, because of health issue. You talk about obesity, you talk about diabetes. Man, I work in dialysis. It's a lot of youngsters. When I say youngsters, we're talking about I think I seen a dude in his 20s, a couple in their 20s, but I think the youngest I seen was like 18, but that was like a hereditary something he'd been going through since he was a baby. But I'm talking like catching their 30s and 40s who are, got kidney failure. And a lot of these youngsters, they'll tell you they used to party, drink, whatever the case may be, and do drugs and shot all their organs to hell. So that could be a major problem or a major reason why these cats can't get a job because of health related issues. People don't understand. See, your body works together, all one. If one organ isn't working or not working up to its capabilities, it will affect other parts of your body, your other organs, your skeletal system, your veins and arteries, your circulatory system. All that will be will eventually be affected and will probably eventually shut down and shut you down. It says men on the sidelines of employment are significantly more likely to report health problems than those actively job hunting. Survey participants emphasize the significance of benefits such as paid sick leave, health coverage, and mental health support in seeking employment. So everybody needs some insurance, but insurance is high as hell. Nearly half, 47% of prime age men out of the workforce blame their joblessness on outdated skills, okay, insufficient education, or spotty work history. Think about this. Let's see, outdated skills. How many men do you know got some kind of skill set? I'm talking about young men. I ain't talking about the older guys like my age and older. Hey, you can even go to my age and younger. But really, cats that are younger, how many of them you know got skill sets? How many you know can even change a tire, change oil, change spark plugs, change some brakes? Like seriously, little simple things like that. Mow a yard, build a fence, build a garden, do things. And I name stuff like that because those are things you use your hands with that you have to learn, that you can learn, growing up with your father, grandfather, whoever. Or tasks you take on and learn for yourself, and it can, find its way into your job. I know young cats who not too long ago can't fix my garage. Young dude, like he might be in his 20s, 20s, maybe early 30s. You know what I'm saying? He got a skill set. They can do garages. Cats that do my sprinkler system. You know what I'm saying? There's a guy's wife and he had his sons. Got to do my yard. You know what I'm saying? Be him, his wife, and his sons. It's like these guys got skill sets in order to run a business. How many of our young brothers got skill sets to run a business? How many got a skill set to even got the mentally capable of even going to a job on time every day? Shoot, I don't work in places where people just walk in when they get ready, late, dress any kind of way, unprofessional, and supervisors ain't saying nothing to them. It's like, come on now, what's really going on? So these are things you're dealing with: insufficient education. Hell, there's people that graduate high school can't even read on second grade level. You wonder, like, how is that possible? But that's just the American school system. This is why it's imperative of you to teach your children, especially during the summer, have them reading, doing math problems, puzzles, outside playing, offer those devices, because those devices are only going to make them dumber as they get older because you start them out too young with these little devices that is not stimulating their mind and body at the same time. And it's only going to get worse. And spotty work history. Yes, too many kids don't have jobs. I had a job back, I think my first job, I was in the 10th grade. Working for, I was a busser, table busser down at the World Trade Center, Dallas Market Hall for the summer. Then that was a summer job. Went to school. Money started dwindling because I saved all my money, buying clothes, everything, trying to look fly. Then started losing my money. Well, not losing, but money started dwindling. So I need to find a job. And homeboys hooked me up to a grocery store. And been working ever since. And keep a job. Ain't never been fired. Never been fired from a job unless it was like a seasonal job. So I ain't really fired. It's just, ain't just fired. It's just, it's a seasonal job and that's it. But, rare, I don't think, I say I don't call in, rarely call in. I mean, go to work every day, on time, all the time. Take my vacations when needed. Just had the third. On time I call in if it's a real emergency. Be at work sick. Damn, but almost can't even walk. But go to work. So now I'm getting older, trying to get wise, get smarter, using more vacation days and this, that, and the third. Try to preserve my body because I'm getting older, ain't 20, 18, 19, 20. You remember back in the day, you used to go to the club at night and beat that sun gun until it closed 2 o'clock, and then head to the Waffle House, hang out there for a little while, then go home, take a nap and get up. Got to be working like 6, 7 o'clock. Shoot, got to be at work I used to be at work from, where I used to work, was it 4 to 12? Yeah, I used to work from 4 in the morning to 12 noon. And me and my cousin would go to clubs, leave the club by 12, 1 o'clock, get home, take a quick shower, nap, get up at 3:30, be at work at 4. Well, that's what shoot, man, we had to been crazy. But anyway, it's a whole different set of people now, set of youngsters now being trained by some, I don't know who they're being trained by, but they ain't been trained by the folks that trained us, because I'm sure that we would train our youngsters just like we were trained to be able to make, because we know life is hard. Gen X, for real. What does it say? Spider work here, but yeah, a lot of these cats don't even want to work. Like I said, we used to go to work all the time, sick, hungover, coming straight from the club. I used to leave one job, go to another, take a nap, get up out the car, and then go into that job. Go home, sleep 4 or 5 hours, and then do the cycle. I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened. If the jobs don't meet the people's needs, people can't work. And that's what I was saying about, like, when I was going to school with the McDonald's. It's like, if it don't meet my needs, there's no need. It's a waste of time, because it's not paying bills. I'm stressed because it ain't paying bills. I mean, but I also had money. But like, I'm trying to go to school, so I'm trying to find a job. So that's going to pay them bills. So that's why I, went to temp service and went back to the, to the warehouse for a little bit. What I say, if the jobs don't meet the people's needs, people can't work. Yvonne Visson, a professor at Salem State University and an expert on the changing role of men in society, stated to Newsweek, it's not that they won't work, they can't, given the job options, locations, tasks, hours, pay, and environments that are available. And people used to dog you if you didn't want to get a job. You at home and not working. Call you lazy, call you sorry, got there and feed your family. But remember them back in the day, when I was first starting out, you say you can get an apartment for $425, all bills paid. Albeit in the hood, but probably could find something even cheaper than that back then. 1 bedroom, So you can work. And I worked at Walmart, making like $6.50 an hour. Working 36, 40 hours, whatever the case. Possible, but now $7.50 ain't gonna cut it. What they say, you gotta be making $17 an hour to afford a 1 bedroom apartment anywhere in the country. Many jobs are simply not satisfying, Bisson emphasized. Working for others who get the benefit of our physical labor and intellectual property is not rewarding either emotionally or financially. People want to work doing jobs that matter to us. We want to use our creativity. We want to matter. And in many businesses, employees simply don't get treated with the respect and support that we need and want. People walk away from them. Yeah, they sure do. Which brings me to this. You got to teach your children. You got to get to the kids first. You got to give them a work ethic. You got to get them educated. You have to do the educating your own kids. Educating them more than the school system doing. You got to get them out there doing something, especially men. Let's talk about, I know with the boys, get them out there doing something like yard work. Out there, I remember going out there, helping my dad with the yard work, helping my dad with, working on his car, grandfather too. You know what I'm saying? Those are things you did as a boy. Rode motorcycles, jumped off ramps, cliffs, ditches, tanks, stuff like that. Out in the country, you got out there and you did things. The problem is now these kids are given, like I say, devices, and they sent to the room. We had TV now. Kids probably wondering, like, how do we survive without smartphones or whatever? We survived, and people way before us did too. But remember, we had TVs. We had video games. We were kind of in the age of when the stuff was starting out. There still was tournaments back in the day too with video games. Thing is, we knew we still went outside. We still watched TV. We played video games. We played sports. We went to school. We had girlfriends. We went to the football games. We went to the movies. We did all this and had all of that. Still knew how to socialize and still had a job in high school. But the problem is now these kids are given these devices and sent to their room. Don't get me wrong. We used to come home from high school, if I had to do nothing, go straight to the room, close it up, on the phone with your girlfriend, playing video game, watching TV, doing homework, whatever the case. So What I'm saying, it's not like we were just always active 24/7. But what I'm saying is we knew how to balance it. We were taught to balance it. You have to teach your kids how to balance it. You yourself may have to learn how to balance work, life, play. What they call it, work and life. I don't know. You gotta know how to balance it. Work, whatever. You gotta learn how to balance all that. But when you don't give the kids no skill, don't give them no education, I'm sorry, your children gonna be dumb as a doorknob. Sorry. But they'll get A's in school and everybody think they smart, valedictorian. But like I said, look at the schools that look at the education these schools are giving. I've seen book reports. And I'm like, how in the heck did you get a B or an A on this book report? This thing's terrible. The teacher says it's fine, so making an A. I'm like, this is primitive. Heck no, you finna redo this for me. You may not redo it for your school, but you finna redo this for me because I remember doing book reports where you had at least 3-4 drafts. And if your teacher was feeling sorry for it, was gonna give you another chance, you have 5 drafts. And every draft that came back has a kind of red writing on it because the teacher's correcting grammar, English, punctuation, trying to get your paper right because they're preparing you for the next level, preparing you for junior high, high school, college even, working for companies. They're preparing you for the future. You're not doing that if you're leaving, like I say, and then if your child, and think about this, if your child on a device all day, what kind of physical activities are they, doing? So now their body is sedentary, as long as their brain is being mushed up. And so now they have no physical ability to do anything. They're lazy. And again, they eat a bunch of junk. And it's what they call the SAD, standard American diet, the SAD diet. And so then the question is, what kind of future can they look forward to? But to be diabetic by the time and taking insulin by the time they're in 6th grade. Can't play no sports. Well, if they play sports, they probably not learning in school either, or too busy hanging out with their people, with their homeboys and stuff on, out in the streets and they ain't doing nothing. And then they grow up being in their 30s and 40s and got jobs that don't mean anything. And they just, still living with their mama. So my point is you got to start with them young. But there's no reason. Scriptures tell you, man that don't eat, man that don't work, don't eat. There's not a reason in the world that an able-bodied man should not be working. And I don't mean 100% perfect, because I don't work with skinny people, fat people, fit people, tall, short, people with amputations. People want to work. You got there and make that money. So there's no reason why a person should be out there working. I know people with mental issues are taking medication out there making money. I know people with the people with the missing the chromosomes out there working, making money. So there should be no reason why an able-bodied man is not out there in the workforce. But anyway, that's all I got for this story. Interesting. I want to know what y'all think. Let's leave your comments below and share it with the world. Let's dialogue. You know how we do it around here. Don't forget, you can support the channel 4 ways you can support it non-monetarily. You like, share, comment, and subscribe. Or if you want to support monetarily, you can super thanks, super chats, or go to the description box. There are links there that you can click on to help out. However you do it, however you support. Like I said, just even watching the video, it's cool with me. I thank you. I appreciate any kind of support you give, but I really appreciate thanks and shares. Those go a long way. But anyway, with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.